Hello everybody, welcome to the Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? Oh my goodness, you guys, pardon my absence for these last few days. I went to Florida with my best friend and oh my goodness, what an amazing trip. And I guess it was just the luckiest of lucky moments where it was the lull season, so there weren't lines at Universal Studios. We saw the caricatures dressed up. We saw like the Diagon Alley, everything. We went to both sides of the park and talk about a fantasia of color, and everything smelled like candy to me too. Candy and popcorn. It was so luscious and divine. It's one of those things that it's like amazing. It's so fantastical. And then we integrated rest and sun and nature days, you know, to not overwhelm the nervous system, because you see so much and so many people and there's so much fabulousness that you need to decompress a little bit. But it was amazing. But now that we're entering into this beautiful, what can be a restful, giving and recuperation period, I just feel like winter is that beautiful, like let's hibernate and let's read books and let's learn and let's have wonderful meals. And me and my husband have started like our little show time around 7 o'clock. We watch a little, you know, plethora of shows like Yellowstone and interesting things like that. And just be able to, you know, get a really nice tempo. And I love this because Held is talking about sureness of the soul. We know a couple of things, right? And we have to remind ourselves this: we can maintain the smooth, calm energy of our souls. Oh, that actually says soil, but same thing to me, really, right? With the support and the calming energy of moment to moment living, not even hour to hour, because in each moment there is nothing wrong. We are experiencing it, yet there is no anxiousness because we're not too far in the future with the plans and the making and the building and all of those things that push us to go faster for absolutely no reason. We don't need to hurry ourselves. And this also lets us not take anyone else's pace, pain, or problems. The 3 P's, you know. This helps us maintain our health and well-being too, because it's through the lens of grace and calm. And as a fire sign, I need to pump those brakes like nobody's business, because in a multifaceted, you know, dimension, it's like we want a lot, and impatience can definitely try to push through the door. We're like, no, I don't like when other people are impatient. And man alive, did I witness this in Universal Studios. With youngsters getting super excited. They wanted to be next in line. They wanted to have that food or snack or treat right away. It was, if you're not careful, the land of excess. You could easily over imbibe in too much food, too much stuff. I went on the babiest of baby roller coasters, and I realized right then, oh, that my body does not like to be whipped about. I'm fine. I am going to observe and all of that. But this also reminds me, with this alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony. I love this. Harmony is one of my favorite words, because when we're in harmony, it does create an alignment and it does create a flow, and we don't resist and we don't think those harmful thoughts that like, oh, we need more, or this, you know, everything is incongruent with everything else. When we start to think those things, the wanting, the chasing, the why isn't here now, instead of I am fine, I am calm, I have all the time that I need, you know, all is well, it is well, we are harmonious in our heart. That's when we just release. I like to feel like, you know, every morning I just open that jar, you know, and I release everything. There is no resentment. There is no hurry. The pace is whatever I want to go. Nobody else can tell me how, when, or why. And when I think of that, I think, well, what does that look like in this new era? What do we look like with this? What is our physical appearance? What is our style? And I like to see myself walking very slowly and observing what's around me, and like a flowy Kafgan, and nothing is restricting me, and I feel free and light and breezy. So what does your physical appearance look like? What are the colors you're wearing? What attracts you? what do you like and what don't you like, and identifying those. I don't like abrasiveness in any capacity. I don't like to feel hurried and harried. I don't like extreme noise. And then what do you like? You know, do you like soft, beautiful music that encompasses, you know, beautiful piano or violins, things that just enfold you in quietude and peace? What are your social interactions and demeanors like? You know, are you a great listener? Do you really want to hear and know everything that's being said by being present? That thing. How do we treat people around us? How are our interpersonal relationships? Is it fueled by kindness and generosity, but also healthy boundaries, you know? And this, what does our daily routine look like? I like to wake up slowly and calmly and look at something extraordinarily beautiful. Usually I'll go on Pinterest or something and I'll look at a myriad of colors and spectrums. I love color artwork, things like that. I love peaceful snow scenes with reindeers, right? Peace and quiet and all of that. And what do our activities and schedules look like? This is a great time to overhaul them. Too much of one thing, not enough of another. Let's make little lists. Hey, I felt like when I did this today, very peaceful, and I felt physically strong when I went for a walk or a gym, so on and so forth. Document those things so you can really know the feelings that are encompassed during those activities. That way we can identify people, places, and things that no longer serve us, and we can identify the things that replenish and renew and make us feel great. Also, what are our long-term goals and aspirations, our career ambitions, our personal achievements? And that doesn't mean fast and hard and hurried. That means let's have a purview of the direction we want to move in. And most importantly, look at the intentions behind everything. Why do I want this particular vocation? Why do I want this particular relationship? All of those things, items, so on and so forth. You know, what type of books or shows does this new era encompass for me? You know, our cultural preferences, things like that. Do we have any specific dietary preferences or restrictions? Are we trying to cut out chemicals? Like, it was so funny yesterday. I looked over and I saw this bag of Cheetos there and I was like, ooh, yummy, yummy, yum. And interestingly enough, after I had about 5 or 6 of them, because I've been eating pretty clean, I could taste the strong chemicals in them, and they weren't as appealing as they were months ago when it was part of my normal diet. And I thought, aha, you know, this really isn't for me anymore. You know, I do like fresh fruit. I really do like things that are off of trees and out of the ground more. I love nuts and seeds and things of that nature. So take a good look at that. And really importantly, I love this thing: heart healing, emotions, connection, all of this. Now, who are our closest friends and what are our relationships like with that? How do we navigate conflicts or disagreements? Communication style, conflict resolution. I know with Gene and I in Florida, there were moments where they were too high octane for me. And I would have to address something and say, listen, if this commences, I will sincerely have a nervous breakdown, that type of thing. Being honest and instead of letting agitation or resentment build, we are just truly honest. I'm lucky in a Sagittarian way. I will divulge immediately. Listen, this affects me in this way, and if it continues, this is what will happen. And just being honest, you know, we don't have to get angry. We make it about how it makes us feel, rather than you're this and you're that, because people are never always anything, are they? But they are sometimes a way that is difficult to manage. So we just become honest about it. When we share space with other people beautifully, it's because we're being truthful, but we're not being caustic. A little bit of diplomacy goes a long way. You know, and how do we spend our leisure time and weekends? You know, what values and principles guide our decision making? Are they, again, it's very important, you know, that we have courage of our conviction, but also that we have flexibility to allow for that flow state of, it doesn't have to be our way or the highway. We can share space, but in our soul, we truly know what's right or wrong, what we want on our agenda, what we want from relationships, and what we will or will not kind of countenance. And this, I feel like, is the perfect card for this, the 8 of Pentacles, what we are building and why. What are our intentions for our relationships? What are our intentions for the direction that we're moving in? And sometimes when we just stop and ask ourselves that, do I really want that? Is the risk worth the reward? I love, there's another reader that always says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, I love that. And just saying, hey, do I want to jump on my emails right now, or is it inviting an energy that I really don't need when I'm trying to make a little pocket of quiet? Really paying attention to what we need. And this is numero uno. I love this Ace of Wands because that says, what's our true passions and why? And are we honoring them? Let's have those moments where we read those things, where we learn those things, where we what we're welcoming in. And sometimes our passions can change, right? Honor that. Just because we're on a course, we can alter that dramatically if we feel like it. It's our choice, it's our life, and we can do whatever we want whenever we want. Remember, the freedom and the choice is always yours. And when we maintain the smooth, calm energy of moment to moment, that's when we're able to make the good choices and invite the richness and, you know, really, really stick to the course of, we don't need the crazy, you know, we don't, and especially the frenzy time of year that can be, you know, number one thing for all of us is our health and well-being. So my beauties, that is what you were meant to hear today. I hope you have a great day. Love and light.